All right, today, food therapy. We are gonna start a new weight loss challenge. But first, let's look at the other challenge that we did a few months ago. So this was Jack, and he was our first challenger. This was his starting weight at 195 pounds. Did he keep it off? Drum roll, anybody? Here's his after. Whoa! Yes, that was taken today. He is about 176, 177 pounds. He's still maintaining that weight loss. We have a little comparison looking at that before and after. Quite a big difference.
Yes, good for him.
So he did really well. So now let's meet our new weight loss challenger, Mark Jerriman.
I'd like to lose a little bit of weight because I'd just like to get comfortable again. A typical day for me is getting up 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I jump on the emails right away, kind of see what happened overnight. Like to be at work by 7:30 in the morning. Usually my day will last till 7:30 at night. Because of the business that I'm in 3 time zones. So 8 o'clock at night is 5 o'clock West Coast. So I'm back on the internet and checking, returning emails, and before you know it, it's 10 o'clock at night. In terms of diet, I'm usually pretty good about what I eat. My issue is binge eating. Because I get so busy, because I get distracted, I'll skip a meal. Now all of a sudden it's 8 o'clock at night and I'm very hungry, so I tend to eat more than I should. The biggest obstacles for me are putting myself in the priority list.
All right, welcome, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Thank you.
You know, his example is definitely more specific, but I think it's something overall a lot of people can relate to. Super busy day, it's hard to find the time to plan to eat right.
Absolutely, and thank you for putting yourself out there and doing this challenge. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do an 8-week challenge. So let's put up Mark's stats so we can see what the before looks like. So he's 52 years old, he's 5'11", he weighs 260 right now, and his goal is gonna be to get to about 225. So you think that's realistic, Mark?
I do, I really do. I've put on 2-3 pounds a year for a few years. I let life get in the way, so I just want to recapture that, comfortable weight.
And what changed for you? What made you say, this
Girls.
is it, I'm gonna do it?
Young daughters. Family. Family's the first priority. Work comes in a very close second, and then before you know it, I'm 3rd, 4th, 5th down the list, and a week has gone by, 2 weeks have gone by, and I'm just not living up to
and
my
I see this
expectations.
so often, and I know you do too, Jada, when we're counseling people, is, especially once you get a family and you have kids, and it's like, well, career has to be up here, and family has to be up here, so there's no room for me up at the top. So let's take a look at some of your barriers too. So I sat down with Mark, I looked at, we talked about, okay, what are the challenges that I have here? So Mark actually travels a lot. He lives in 2 different cities, okay? So he's living in a hotel at least 4 or 5 nights a week. He has a high level of stress. He's not that consistent with exercise, likes exercising, just doesn't make the time for it. His meal times are absolutely driving me batty, like crazy. So this is like one of the first things I'm gonna do too. And then sleep, and we're gonna get to that later in the challenge, but sleep is something that I'm really wanting to work with you as well. So does that about sum it up?
That absolutely sums it up.
Why is meal time such a big deal?
Well, right now, you heard him say in the piece that he'll go all day. He'll just be busy, busy, busy. And
Aren't you hungry?
Yeah, very hungry.
Really?
But there's always someone in the door. There's always something going on. And rather than pick at something little, I just won't. But then all of a sudden, at the end of the day, it's time to eat.
And Mark, I have a question from a psychology perspective. Usually we talk about mind over matter. How much does that play a factor in you in your everyday life?
I'm very good at pretending it doesn't matter. Before you know it, I know that it's there. It's in my mind. I know I need to do it, but everything else gets in the way, and I'm not disciplined enough to be able to stop and say, okay, you have to wait.
Right.
I'm going to go sit for 45 minutes and do this the right way, and I've gotten out of that habit.
And now that you have me,
Yes, I'm gathering that
all right,
quickly.
so I would love for all of you watching, too, to join us. If you have a weight loss goal, get to our Facebook page, put a before picture of yourself up there, and you can follow with us each week. So your first assignment, Mark, you're going to get an assignment each week, and then you're going to report back to us, on what's happening. So your first assignment is focusing on the why. Okay, successful, lasting weight loss is hard. Okay, so I want you to come back and tell us, why do I want to do this? Why now? And why is it so important for me to do this? Motivation.
I love giving our boss assignments. Awesome. Good luck with that one, okay? We'll check in with you next week. Don't go anywhere, you guys. We got a lot more coming up on Emotional Mojo. One community rallied together to save a failing high school. The details on how the school is now saving kids across the community when we return.